Hello, beautiful people. Dr. Lisa Medhus here from Atlantic Scalar and from Channeling Eric. We've got, of course, you recognize the wonderful Ginger Bailey. Her information will be down below and in on the screen at one point. And we have new here, Cheryl Murphy, right? At
Right.
um, mediumcheryl.com. And of course, that information will also be in the description box and on the screen. And of course, we have Eric. I love you, Eric.
I love you, Mama.
He's on the other
And
side.
I love you.
So
Yeah. So, so I just recently met Cheryl, thanks to Paula. Okay.
oh, really?
Yeah. Paula was the one
Oh,
who
yeah. Now I
contacted me about
remember.
her. Yeah. And so Cheryl has a lot of different services and classes and other things that she has that she offers that I thought it'd be nice for others to hear about, and I'm excited to hear about it too.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let Cheryl take it from here. I'd love to hear how you got started because I know you said
Yeah.
you'd been doing this for a while.
Yes. Well, let me
Yeah.
just tell you both. It's such an honor to be here, and thank
Oh,
you so much for
likewise.
inviting me. Uh,
Likewise.
s-
Yeah.
Thank you. So, look, I'm a medium, a psychic, health and wellness intuitive, an animal communicator.
Oh, wow.
And for my life, it started back growing up. My mom is psychic, actually, right? It runs in our family. We have a
Oh, it
Cherokee
does.
great great grandmother.
Yeah.
My
Wow.
great aunt was hired by the government to find a missing pilot and plane
Oh,
back in the
Wow.
wow.
day, but you would never have heard that, right? And she did. And these are stories that I heard about the women in our family as I'm growing up. And then the angels came to me one day because I did this part time. I did this so to speak. But the angels came to me one day, literally in the middle of my house. I remember to this day standing, and they picked me up by my t-shirt, so to speak, dropped me in a lifeboat, and said, "Look, we need you to work for us. We need you to be our
Wow.
voice. We're going to help you. We want you to do this." And it's as if they were asking me, but also being my collaborators. They were my co-companions, so to speak, and they were going to assist me in reaching people. Because I was doing it part time, I said, where do I begin? And they go, "We're going to help you." And then it's amazing synchronicity, right? It
Hmm.
just started lining up. The steps started lining up. I asked for a marketing angel to help me, right?
Oh,
And then
wow.
I met this beautiful angel woman at a wonderful meeting I was going to for spiritualists and new moon gatherers. I'm very big on
A human or
a human, a
okay, got it.
human, a angel in human formed,
Ah,
and she helped me create a business platform where I could create and reach people, right? Because you have to network and you have to put yourself
Hmm.
out there.
oh, yeah.
Look, synchronicity happened for me because I was busy. As soon as I launched the website, I was busy. And then spirit kept coming to me. I would have these amazing lights coming into my room in my office
Oh,
space saying, "Look, we are going to send you more." So I really launched my website, I think around Christmas time several years ago. It was around the end of the Mayan calendar. So I think
oh, wow.
2012, so to speak.
12.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And we're still here.
Yeah, a
Still
big shift. That was a big shift.
Yeah.
here. So after seeing spirit in my room, when I was even 3 years old, I'd see glows, balls of light in my room, just glowing, and spirit checking on me, saying, "Hey, we're here to check on you, make sure you're doing well." I've always felt love and support from the angel world, from the spirit, from our guides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Hmm.
must have
Even
been a cool experience when they first came, picked you up. Tell me about that. Did you actually see that, or it's in your mind's eye, or um, and what did they look like?
both actually.
Hmm.
So look, I wasn't working at the time. I was kind of like in that fork in the road feeling of where do I go next? And before I even took another step, it was as if a bolt of lightning had hit me, but it was all white light. And it was beings. They were very tall, very ethereal looking. And it's almost like they stood around me and gave me a bear hug, so to speak. But in my mind's eye, I saw them, the imagery would be them picking me up and saving my life, even. That's what it felt like. It's like, "We're going to save your life. This is your passion. This is what you've always wanted to do. We need you. We need to get our voice out there. We need some help." right? Because they can only reach so many people who are like in doubt or disbelievers or people who
Yeah,
aren't
they're not going to
willing
listen
to
to
listen.
angels. They don't believe in them. So many
Yeah.
people. So yeah,
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. And even afterwards, even after they left and we had this conversation where they said, we're going to help you. We're going to put it together for you. Don't worry. We're going to do this for you. We need you as much as you're asking for this to happen. And it was a beautiful feeling of love, unconditional love, where it does literally take your breath away. Literally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I wanted to say something about that. I think that that's a good point for others to know that when you're stuck, okay, and you don't know where to go, that's why it's important to not worry so much about the next step, but self-reflect and know that you're going to be guided and trust that. Trust the universe,
And it will come so loud. It came
yeah.
and so lovingly,
Mhm.
Ask for
and
help, people. People don't
ask
even
for
freaking ask
help.
for help. Even those that believe in spirit guides and angels, they just don't think of it.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's common. I hear that a lot. Like, oh yeah, I forget. I can
Yeah.
ask you for help.
And,
Yeah.
even if you need to ask for help and it doesn't come instantly, it doesn't mean that it won't come. It was
Right.
all divine timing
Oh
when it
yeah.
happened for me.
Yeah, definitely.
So how
That's
did
a
you
big one.
connect with Paula? How do you know Paula?
I started getting out in the mediumship world and meeting such a beautiful community of other hypnotherapists, of light workers. And I believe just meeting her through people, through other friends, through, how the world grows when you start at this work. It's
Yeah.
almost a big family after a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'd love to hear about The Last Breath. I was checking
Um,
that out. I would love to hear about that on your website, that
Yeah.
book.
what
So,
is that?
well, I'm an author, a contributing author in a book called The
Oh,
Last Breath.
yeah.
And I talk about my experience with my father's passing and how I saw spirit all around me before his passing. But my story is a little bit different I title it Spirit Party. Just to
I
make
like
it,
that.
yeah, it's great because it
I
really
like that.
was. They were planning his transition, and to Spirit, it is a celebration.
Yeah.
He is in the hospital, and I'm with him in the hospital on the day of his transition. But before he does make his crossing, I come to home to his house just to take a respite, just for a few moments. And there's no one in the house. It's been quiet and locked this whole
Yeah.
time while I've been with him in the hospital. But yet I see lights on. I hear music playing. I open the door to the house, right? So I'm unlocking the door. I go in the kitchen and it's spirit everywhere. There's
Oh,
Mhm.
relatives, there's angels, there's lights.
amazing.
It is. They're crossing in front of me and behind me, and they're saying, excuse me.
Ah,
And they've got a clipboard. They're planning this beautiful welcoming.
cool.
Transition.
Yeah, I hear there's
Yeah,
Yeah.
always a party, a big
It's a
party.
yeah,
welcoming
Somebody,
yeah,
committee.
yeah,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, of
yeah.
angels, of guides, of loved ones, and I couldn't even get through the kitchen without bumping into everyone. And
Yeah.
and then only after a few minutes while I'm there, I'm hearing, "Go back. It's time to go back.
Oh, yeah.
Need to go back now to the hospital. We'll make all the lights on the road green. We'll make all the green lights. You won't
Oh,
you
God.
won't be
Mhm.
delayed. You'll get there in time. But go now." And sure enough, I went green lights the whole way, drove back. And as I entered his hospital room, he had, begun to already, here we
Transition.
are.
Yeah.
And so here is
Transition.
all this light around him transitioning. And once again, here we are with my loved ones again, are in the room now.
Yeah.
So my relatives that I knew that I haven't never met in my life are there. Once again, the archangels are there. And it was a beautiful, peaceful transition.
It's
Yeah.
amazing how
Yeah.
powerful spirit is because I remember in after one of the channeling Erik events that one of the mediums had at my house, this one woman who I adore went to on her way to the airport to see Eric's grave. And then she went to the airport and she was looking at her ticket, said, dude, change me to first class. I'm like 44B or something. And he saw it right in front. She saw it right in front of her eyes. It changed to like A. So
I believe it.
Yeah,
crazy.
The book too, something else I thought was interesting. Isn't this like different stories, like a bunch of mediums got together and put all their different stories in it?
It is. So this book called The Last Breath, it's about true stories from mediumships from around the world, all telling their experiences, their
I think
stories
that's so cool.
about spirit. So some of them, some of the medium authors are hospice retired nurses, so to speak, or hospice workers. Some of them talk about signs from spirit. Some of them talk about the healing they received from the spirit world. So yes, it's all real life
Yeah,
stories from mediums
nice.
around the world.
Paula,
Yeah,
let's put the link in her in the description box as well.
yeah,
Here,
yeah. Yeah, I seen that on your website. I just thought that was so neat.
Well,
I'm
it's
yeah,
so healing and uplifting too. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
it gives people validation or confirmation that, hey,
yeah,
I am
yeah,
seeing signs from my loved
yeah,
one, or this
yeah.
is that happened to me.
yeah.
They can
Right,
very
right.
relatable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I know
stories
one
of I think
time.
it's I
Yeah.
was just gonna say stories of hope is all I was gonna say.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
nice to bring hope to others.
And some people are really reticent about sharing their spiritual experiences. Like every time I go to one of my husband's work parties or events, they always ask, "What do I do?" And I said, "Oh God, I'm a retired physician. Well, what do you do now?" It's like, "Oh, I don't want to go into it." No, 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 no. So then I go ahead and share it and said, "Oh my," person said, "Oh my God, that's amazing because last Tuesday I saw two angels standing by my dumpster." So, but she was never able to share it because she was so scared of being ridiculed.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like the
yeah.
first one needs to step up and
Mhm.
bring in the light, and you open the door
Bleeding
for her to
edge.
share.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
worth all the
yeah.
nasty comments on YouTube and
Oh
stuff.
Right,
gosh.
right, right.
Comes with the
Uh,
territory.
you also I had seen something about a podcast. Are you on a podcast too, or was that just like a one-time
I
thing?
do know. I have a podcast. We're on a
Yeah.
break now for the
Oh,
summer,
okay.
but we'll be starting again later this fall.
Oh,
So I do a
nice.
weekly podcast. I'd love to have you on, both of you on for sure. And it's called Seeing Beyond Living Transformed, and it's with
Wow.
myself and my cohort medium Kelly Eckhart. So I'm in Los Angeles area. She's up in Sacramento, but we both do this podcast that we do weekly. And
Wonderful.
we talk about mediumship. We want to help educate people.
Yeah.
We want to help do readings. We love doing our readings for people online, but also to answer questions. So many people have
Hmm.
awakenings right now, or they have
Yeah.
curiosity.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we love our show. We'll be starting back here, I believe, right after Halloween. We'll be starting back.
You just have the
Okay, that's
perfect
great.
podcast voice too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Perfect.
I noticed that. I noticed that. I was thinking that too.
Yeah, she
So
must have some good equipment
yeah,
too. That's good.
yeah,
That's awesome.
right. I'm right between you guys, Sacramento and LA,
Yeah,
between you.
I
Modesto.
Yeah,
heard that when
yeah.
you mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm in Modesto. Yeah, and Elisa, she's from where you're at. That's her where she's from Houston.
Alyssa, I
You're
was
from
born in
Houston?
Houston. I'm from
Really?
Yes.
Houston. I was born
Yeah.
in Pasadena, Texas,
Oh
but
my
that
God,
was
that's
so,
where my eldest daughter and her family live.
oh
On
my God.
on I won't tell you the address, but it's on
Yeah.
Randall Street.
Yeah, there we
I
Randall.
are.
love it.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah, born in Pasadena, but moved to Houston. So it was such a small town back then that it was kind of part of Houston. But yeah, I miss Houston. I travel out there to visit friends or, of course, to do work. Yeah.
Next time you
So
do,
I'd
hit
love,
me up.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's such a
Yeah.
beautiful place.
It's the meteorological armpit of America, though. Actually, it's so hot July through
That's,
September, and
it
even
is.
October now. The last couple of years, but
Yeah.
the
Is
rest
it?
of the
Yeah.
year it's really nice and a
Because,
lot going on. Not that I partake in any of it, but there's a lot going on, and I'm really blessed to have my daughter, my eldest daughter, and her family 2 minutes away, and
oh,
Michelle not too far away, and who else do I have? Oh yeah, and Anika. Well, Lucas lives here too, and at the house because he was
oh,
living in an apartment, but it's too high rent now, so he's got to save up money for his own house. And then Anika, my youngest, is coming back from. She's in Austin, a neurology resident, and she is going to start her movement disorder fellowship uh, in Houston. So she'll be saving some money living with us too. So it's going to be a party.
fantastic. Yeah. good stuff happening for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
I was gonna ask about your services. I just was gonna say I wanted to say I like how you have them separated out. I like how how the topics are. I like how she has it set up. People, you guys need to go see her website. Yeah.
Mediumcheryl.com, right?
Thank you. Thank you. You know, because I
I
do,
think
right?
it's like
Mediumcheryl.com.
Is
Yes.
it Medium? Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you know, I do different types of readings just to help people out because we all have different questions. And I do a lot of combination readings too. And I like to do that. People ask, well, kind of a combination reading is where
combination. I said
combination.
condemnation.
Condemnation.
Oh, I don't know about that.
A hybrid reading where we start with some mediumship where we connect with their departed loved ones and where my goal is to always help them feel open, open your heart, open your mind to any messages you're going to be receiving. And then when we have their loved ones present and they're helping deliver messages, then then I like to help them answer questions around their current life situation because sometimes people are feeling stuck. Yeah. They have questions around relationships, relocating, career paths. So I do different types of readings. And once again, animal communication.
Yeah. She has a service for that. I like that.
And you know what's been happening with Spirit lately is they've been coming to me these last 2 years, I have to say, and they've been asking me to do more health intuitive readings because I can tell because my clients are asking for that service. Yeah. And when they ask for that service and I feel and they're confirming what I'm seeing, feeling, sensing, then I feel, oh, the Spirit wants me to work with this now, right? So Spirit's always changing, wanting us to help whoever's in need, so to speak, or what the need is with people.
And things change. You know, one person noticed that a lot of animal companions are just dying all of a sudden, sometimes suddenly without any warning. Is that part of the ascension or something?
Well, definitely part of the ascension. A lot of things are all happening and converging a little bit. Maybe they're being concentrated. Maybe they're being discovered or unfolding in front of us. So my work is an animal communicator. I work with departed animals and also animals that are living. But really, I believe they're here to help us open up our communication. They're here to help us open our telepathic skills that we have.
Yeah, that makes
sense. Yeah, definitely
guys,
part of that.
I think this is cool. When I open up your website, you can take a quiz.
Yes.
To determine your abilities. I'm going to do that.
I love it. It's a fun quiz. I encourage anyone to take it. It's like 10 questions and then they're all pictures, right? Multiple choice.
What happens if I flunk?
Okay. No, you're not going to flunk.
It's no pass or fail. No pass or fail.
It's gonna help you kind of understand about your clairs, if you're more clairsentient or clairvoyant, or if you have better hearing with spirit, so to speak, than your clairaudient. Right. Yeah. So it just helps you. It's a fun way of maybe validating or confirming. Maybe you're new to this, learning about your intuition or your psychic abilities. So it kind of helps you take that one more step and say, oh, okay, I know where to look now. I know what to focus on. I know where I need to strengthen, or I knew that.
Hey, you don't have to say anything, but this is the dog that is deathly afraid of string instruments, and we think she drowned in Katrina. But
oh my God,
a little bit neurotic. That's
that's Sailor.
That's Sailor. And Sailor is
I love the energy.
Sailor. There she is. There she is.
Yeah. Hi, Sailor.
Oh my God. But so you rescued her. Yeah, you rescued her.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's Lucas's dog. But
she rescued you.
Yeah.
That's how it works, right?
Right. They usually rescue us.
They do.
Yeah.
So have you been able to channel Erik at all?
I've been connecting with Erik and I've been doing my meditations, and every time I do, I feel so much encouragement, like he would want you to proceed what you're doing. I do feel that your work is growing as an individual, and then I can only say Ginger is, right there with you. I feel like her work is growing also. I don't know if but I just feel so much power.
I do. I feel that.
Cohorts in crime, you and me.
Cohorts, yes. Cohorts in crime.
So
Yes.
how do you know, obviously you must be so busy. How do you take care of your work,
Mhm.
life balance?
Yeah, that's a great question, bringing self-care into it. So
Yeah.
I do have students that I teach, and I'm always teaching that. I'm helping people look, we got to get grounded. We've got to
Mhm.
practice self-care. My readings, I do them mostly on Zoom or by phone now, but I still do in-person events even when I'm available. I do most of my events online now. But really, how I practice self-care is taking that time and bringing that balance through getting out in nature, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
have to be
me
out in the
too.
sunshine. Is that right?
Yeah,
Got to
I'm
get out in
a
that
nature girl.
sunshine. Yep.
Yeah.
Got to get out and hike or garden even or walk your pets.
Yeah,
But it is about connecting with Mother Earth because Mother Earth is not only are we transforming, Mother Earth is going through her own transformation.
that's
She's
true.
going,
She's
yeah,
ascending.
yeah. And
Mhm.
so we want to be right there with her and connected to that amazing energy. The more we can ground ourselves, like roots on a tree, right? Ground that
Right.
energy into her beautiful unconditional love. The more we can feel the empowerment, in the here and now. The more, self-assured or even even learning that we're our own healers or that we can participate in our own healing,
Yeah.
right? And not give our power away. We want to we
Right.
want to own that power. That's our birthright. We're
Yeah.
spirits, we're
People don't
spiritual beings.
realize that you can heal it yourself.
We're
People,
Mhm.
spiritual
I've
beings
got
Yeah.
having
a,
that human
yeah.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before I get into the scalar work, I always
Yes.
hold this beautiful red jasper stone and try to ground myself
Ground.
for
Yeah.
Mother Earth. Otherwise, I'm
Beautiful.
all over the place. Ginger
You
knows,
know,
well.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I love your scalar work, by the way. I'm so happy that you're doing that work. It's so needed, or it's so important, meaning that there are people who may just hear the word and not know anything about it, but that vibration is going to attract them to you or to the scalar healing. Because
Mm,
that's when they're ready, right? That's when we know it's divine timing. You're
that's
being
true.
being guided here.
That's
You're
true.
ready. You're ready to
Yeah.
receive it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
people. Mhm.
Did you get a chance to look at the team page that I sent
I
you?
I
Did you?
did. I loved I
Yeah.
Oh,
loved
Yeah.
I
yeah.
loved everything about it. I love the
Yeah.
format. I
Send,
love
send all
everything
the
you guys.
information. Send all the
I'd
information if
love
you
it.
want to be part of it. You
I
might be too
oh,
busy, though.
I'd love to. No, I'd
Okay,
love
good.
to
We need
because
more
I'd
light,
love
wonderful
to
light workers like you.
be part of the healing vibration that I feel around it. It's almost like a healing and awakening page. You say a team page, I feel angel team page or something. I
Oh,
I feel
Mhm.
there's more to it.
but I think
So
it's
yeah,
also
thank
important if you have an event that needs to be plugged or whatever, you need to let me know because we need
you.
to make sure that everybody gets a chance for
Mhm.
your divine loveliness and talents. So,
Yeah, thank you. I try to do as many lives on Facebook as I can to tell people about what I do. I offer the Circle of Love small group reading events. I have my
That's
weekly
nice.
healing prayer circles that are free to join. I love my healing prayer circles. We do meditation and prayer. That's
wonderful.
on Sunday evenings, I know. And something I started here is called ETS or energy transformation sessions. So,
Mm.
energy, I know it's something new, but I love doing it. So, energy transformation sessions. What I do as a medium is I help teach people, like you mentioned, self care.
Yeah.
So, I'm teaching people how to energetically practice self care, right? How do we stay spiritually fit? How do we stay spiritually active and balanced? How do we balance our chakras? How do we clear blocks? Or how do we receive healing? Because sometimes we're all givers, but we have to learn how to receive.
Mhm.
Receiving is so important. That's the
That's
other half
right.
of
You
it.
have to have the
Yeah.
And
flow.
Yeah.
yes, it creates that trinity. And then I teach about forgiveness and surrender and really the healing power that each and every one of us hold.
Mm.
But those are my that's a monthly membership, my energy transformation sessions. And
Wow.
I love doing it in the years 2024. So I started it this year. I
Mm.
can't wait to move into
Oh,
2025
God, me too.
with my members because the energy is just amazing, isn't it? It's just like I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so high right now. It's like floating or flying, there's so much available to us.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
so it would be
Yeah.
interesting. Do you ever do lives like so that you can like my audience? you could do something healing for them or
Yeah. Oh,
meditation. Wouldn't that be fun?
yes.
That's a good way to
Yeah.
introduce you
Yeah. That would be
alive
fun.
with
You
Ginger.
know, that would
Mhm.
be great. It's a great idea. Yeah. Do something live, like the healing prayer or the energy, working with energy. Oh, and that way people can feel it at home. That's the goal, is to understand that energy's everywhere, right? We don't
Right, right. And there's
available.
no time. There's no time on it. There's no time
Right.
or space with this. And so anytime they watch us, even live and later on down the road
Yeah.
watching it, it's all relevant right then. Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm
And
finding out about mediums? You know how people are such, they complain, why do you charge money? This is a gift from God. Well, because you got to put food on your table and, whatever. But I noticed that most mediums are just so generous. They do so much free work for people as well. And you're obviously an
It
example.
balances. It
Yeah,
balances. It does.
it does.
It does. Yeah.
and the meaning behind what we do is so much greater than ourselves. It's like I can't not do it.
Yeah.
And I cannot help people. And I'm always looking for ways to reach more people, because the goal is to show people their own light, their own inner light,
Right.
and
Yeah, that's a
whatever
good
we can
point.
do to offer that and raise
Hmm.
awareness,
Right. Right.
is how we're going to all live in this beautiful world that we're creating,
Yeah,
right?
that's
We're
right.
so much more powerful exponentially when we can love one another, right? Or,
Hmm.
give to one another without expecting anything in return. So really helping people kind of find their own inner light is what I'm all about.
That's awesome.
I think you have to have, oh, sorry, Lisa. I was going to say, I think they need that too, to be able to do that. I mean, it's hard to love another unless you love yourself or see your own light, you know?
Your own
So it does have to
oxygen
start.
mask
Yeah.
on
It's got to
first,
start
right?
here first.
Can
Hmm.
I can I share a story with you that
Yes.
you're reminding me of finding the own inner light. I worked with a young man who was in so much physical pain and depression after having been through a car accident months before, right? So here he's calling me, asking me for help, not knowing anything about guides and angels. He just knows that he's on all this medication from his doctors and he's still just feeling ugh, and it's still painful, his back and whatever injuries he incurred. So as I work
Mm.
with this young man for several months, I put him in touch with his angels, or I open him up to meditation. He hasn't done this ever before, meditation. I
Yeah.
open him up to new ideas on how to connect with his own higher self or his own spirit guides. And with the work or with collaboration with his medical doctors, as this young man is learning about his own intuitive awareness and strength, he's healing himself, right? Or
Mhm.
his guides and angels are bringing in more light. And therefore, when collaboration with his doctors, so to speak, his medications cut down, they
Oh,
reduce.
good. That's
He doesn't
nice.
need so
Yeah, that's
much
nice.
medication and depression. He's
Yeah.
feeling better
That's awesome.
Yeah,
because
that's
he
nice.
knows there's more.
Yeah, that's similar to what I have done when, Elisa, when you have some of these clients that need so much help and you do the scalar on them, but it's just sitting at the door.
Right.
It's just waiting there and it's got the blocks. And so many times when I meet with them, that's something that you need to do is help them see their own power to let it in,
Yeah.
or
And there's
their own ability to open up.
so much instructions in the scalar thing to eliminate blocks and heal inner
Hmm.
child and all that, just, and
It's
feel,
the awareness, right? It's
but it,
right.
yeah. And I talk to their higher self. Here's the question I was going to ask. I talk to the person a lot. Like I send them love and I talk to them about how they are vastly divine and powerful. They need to reclaim all their divine powers and other
Hmm.
powers. And they're, established absolute sovereignty over their energy. And I just send them love and love and love. Does the higher self really hear that? Or am I just talking to myself?
Oh no, they hear it. Their higher self hears it.
And I ask them to
Absolutely.
open up your heart, remove all blockages, just let those beautiful instructions just integrate in
Yeah.
beautifully into your.
May
Yeah.
I
Well, we're
just
all connected. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
what I'm hearing, Alyssa, just intuitively for you is you have a whole medical team of angels and guides behind you,
Hmm.
helping you, Alyssa.
Yeah,
And
I do. On my divine team, I have a lot of my relatives, the body care ophthalmologist, the body care neurologist, just a whole bunch of psychic surgeons, just a whole bunch of
Yeah, it's as if you're working with your clients on the inside out or from the
Yeah.
inside out
And their
because of
healing
your,
team is part of the
yeah,
divine team.
yeah.
Their higher self, their guardian angels, everything.
Right.
Mhm. That's beautiful work. And, it's all cumulative. Everything matters. Energy matters. Energy's never wasted.
True. Momentary pause. Hold it, people. Ginger, are you there? Oh, you're paused too?
I use
Oh, what
affirmation.
happened?
I noticed you were froze up. I noticed. I was like,
Oh, okay.
I could
Okay. Sorry about that.
okay,
It's
that's
me. I don't
okay.
know.
That's all
Probably.
right.
I was just going to say,
Just
we were talking about affirmations for a moment, Ginger mentioned,
Mhm.
and I remember one time I was feeling stuck. And what I did is I used affirmations. I put them in post-it notes all around me down this hallway about eye level. And every time I walked down the hallway, I'd read each affirmation out loud as I took my next step. And what happens is the energy increases. So then when I would walk through the hallway, I'd have this much higher vibration. It's almost like it's
Yeah.
Right.
coming back at you now,
Right.
right? You're amplifying your own willingness, to be more open to spirit.
Right. From the energy you wrote on there has the energy into that
That's
post-it
true.
note. Yeah.
That's true.
I think we talked about that one time, Lisa, on a live show with somebody. They were trying to figure out how to get unstuck, and we were
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and we were talking about sticky notes. That's the first thing you see when you wake up because of
Right.
the energy too, the guidance. I love that.
That's
Totally,
great.
totally.
That is great.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I mean, the
I
power of the
know,
word is very important.
yeah,
So, yeah, tell people to look in the mirror and say, you are one awesome, lovely being. And people might say,
mhm.
oh, but I'm not. But just keep
Mhm.
making it until you make it. Because you
Yeah.
Yeah,
are.
you don't have to
God,
believe
people,
what you're saying at
and part
first. You
of
eventually
God,
will. Yeah.
our
Yeah.
creator. So
Yeah.
how
And
Absolutely.
much
also, there
more
is
power
when
can you
people
be?
are really stuck or feeling down, I always suggest to them, look, hold the light for yourself. All you have to think about is taking care of yourself for today. Like, just say a prayer and imagine a beautiful ball of white light in the palms of your hands and hold that. Sit with that beautiful energy of pure white healing light. And if you can, breathe that into your body. But just sitting in that love, or even if they can't love themselves, maybe they can love, a beautiful ball of light or a
Yeah.
flower or their pets, right? Or their friends. It's somewhere there's love around them,
Yeah.
and then that will help connect them.
Yeah,
Love everybody.
that is so true. I have seen at times where there will be somebody who's so unhappy and so depressed, but when the animal walks up to them, their animal, it's like, oh, they're just like their whole mood changes
Me too.
and they're
That's for
happy
me
and
and my
yeah,
grandkids. That they help too.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So yeah, if you could just, am I paused again? What's wrong with me? I don't know what's going on. I have good internet. All right. Well, we probably need to close because something's going on. Something's acting up. Erik, fix it. Fix it.
Okay, here she comes.
Okay, here you go.
All right. I was just reading your text. Yeah, I seen that you froze up.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't know.
just getting ready to
Something's
say
going
something.
on. I'm gonna have to restart my. But I think we've covered a lot. So maybe you take a look at what we need for the team page, and then Ginger, can you give her Lucas's email address? Because
I
he
will.
that
I
does.
will.
I don't know how.
I
So
will.
I'm just
I
messing
will.
up.
He'll add you to it.
And
Yes,
then
I
we'll talk
will.
about doing
I
a
will.
live together. You guys can
Love to.
plan, make your evil plans. Well, thank you, Cheryl, and we'll stay in
Thank you,
touch.
Alyssa. Thank you
Thank
very
you, Ginger,
much.
for
And
Yeah.
the
thank you,
Yeah.
introduction.
Ginger.
You,
Thank you,
yeah,
Paula.
I
Awesome.
think,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
Love you
And
guys.
it
Hit
was
thumbs up.
really nice meeting you too.
Thank
Thumbs up,
you.
everyone, for this
Lovely.
YouTube. It will be
Yes,
Thank you.
like it,
Thank you.
better
subscribe.
like it or else. All right. See y'all.
All
Thank you.
right, bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.